All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started because Delegate Taylor has to leave, and I wanted to get her in as soon as possible. I mean, first thing. So, welcome everybody. This is our first quarter of the year for 2024 MNA's quarterly meeting. Um, we do it every quarter, and I'm Alexis Reed Curling, the president of MNA. We also have our officers, Regina Smith, which is our treasurer, and Paul Curling, which is doing double duty. He's our vice president. He's doing double duty because he has another community meeting that he's on as well.
Wow.
So, just to get you out, Kim, we're going to go ahead and switch up a little, I think, because we usually do our treasurer report when we come right in, but I'm going to let you go and pull up your little picture here. Not your little picture, but the picture for
Oh,
the
you got it. That's great.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm trying
Well,
to be efficient.
thank you. Thank you. So thank you, Madam President. I appreciate the invitation and the opportunity to share a little bit about our evening in Annapolis with your District 23 team. That's us on your screen right now. So Senator Ron Watson, Delegate Adrian Boafo, Delegate Marvin Holmes, and I want you to come down. Now there's limited space, so if you want to come, I want you to register early. But it's Monday after next, the 25th of March, and it's from 6 to 8 p.m. It's at the Aqua Al 2 restaurant in Annapolis. So you actually have a chance to come down to Annapolis. For those of you who, are driving, you're welcome to stay and join us on the floor. So every Monday evening at 8 o'clock, we have a floor session. So you actually can see us in action if you want to stay. There's no telling, that's crossover day. So the bills from the House cross over to the Senate, and it's the last day for the Senate bills to cross over to the House. So it could be a really, really long night for us, but you can stay as long as you want. We're definitely going to have food at the restaurant. A short program. We'll talk to you a little bit about what we've been doing in Annapolis for the last 90 days, we have 23 days left, something like that. So, but it's a 90-day session, so we're almost done. So we want to just give you an update on what's been going on and the bills maybe that we've been passing, and maybe field some questions from you guys. So it should be fun though. Should be great.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the event? Don't all speak all at once.
I have a question. So the flyer that we're seeing right now, will that be posted on marlton.org? Because this is a live link and a QR code, and I can't scan that.
Yes, I can put it in our on our website, which is what I had planned. And I told Kim I would do. Put it on our social media and our website.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just getting the flyer today. So
Yeah.
don't blame Alexis. It's just, and it's been hard to plan this event in the middle of session. So we kind of started late. It was hard to find a place actually. And we're hoping that, well, long story, we don't have the same space that we normally do. So we finally found this restaurant that could accommodate about 100 people. So we're going to have a combination of seated versus and high top tables and people standing. So we're expecting it to be full. So please register. Now, if you hear about a bus, the bus is really reserved for the seniors. So we're going to have a bus that's going to leave from the lodge at Marlton. So they have a separate link that they'll be using. So that bus will leave the lodge at Marlton early, and then it'll go pick up some more seniors over at Pin Oak Village in Bowie, and then get down to Annapolis by 6 o'clock. So
This particular the link that's in here that you sent me, that's for the general, not for the seniors.
that's
Right?
correct.
Okay.
That is for general. Now I think you also have the link for the bus too in your email that I
I'm
sent
gonna
you.
look again. I think I only got this one, the one from the flyer, but I will look again.
Okay, yeah, in the in the body of the email.
Mhm.
I think we gave you the bus link since you're going to be the bus captain.
And I got a title too. I was voluntold. I love when that happens.
We appreciate you.
It's all good.
Well, that's very exciting that you're making transportation arrangements for our seniors here in Marlton to be able to join. So that's awesome.
Yep. Yep.
You mentioned that you guys will be doing a crossover, changeover. So will this be just a social event? I know you mentioned a program, but will you go into
we have to be back on the floor at 8:00. So we may leave you guys there around 5:08 just to make sure we get to the floor. This restaurant is situated, I don't know, about a block and a half from the State House. So, you know, if you plan to stay, just factor that into your walk time. But the District 25 night is purely social. There will be, you know, we'll talk a little bit. I don't know if you've got some ideas for entertainment, we'll take it. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make it fun for you. But just so you get to know what we're doing down here. And then maybe, Alexis, we can organize a Marlton Neighborhood Alliance trip to Annapolis just for you guys.
Okay.
Where you could come during the day or one Monday evening and actually be recognized from the floor.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we can work that out.
I'm gonna hold you to that one. Got it on camera.
I'd love to do it. Love to do it. So, and you
Fine.
see there's parking information on the
Yeah, I
bottom.
saw it. It's really, really small. I'm gonna, when I put it on the site, I'm gonna blow that up so people can see
Okay.
it better.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yep.
it seems like, and you said we can come over and eyeball what you guys are doing over there at 8:00 or no?
Yeah, we're gonna have some seats reserved in the gallery.
Okay.
So if you want to, you know, keep your car parked after you leave the District 25 night, walk on over to the State House.
Okay.
You'll go upstairs and somebody can help you, you know, navigate where to go. And
Okay.
you can come and be on the floor, in the gallery. And so you get to see the procedure for the day.
You
Okay.
know, I just
If
realized
someone has a question, hold on a second, Ms. Regina. He had his hand up. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, yes, good evening, Delegate Tony. So a couple of questions. Is this, we're in District 23, correct?
Yes.
But the event is District 25 night?
No,
yeah, that's what I was going to correct. It's the March 25th. So Delegate Taylor, you've been saying District 25, and I know you're thinking March 25th.
that's crazy. Did I say District 25?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Okay, all right.
For sure, it's District 23.
Okay, and then the information, the link in the flyer, is that gonna be, could that be emailed out to us, or could the link be placed, put it in the chat so we can, cause I can't scan that QR.
We're gonna have the I'm gonna put the flyer on our website. And if you leave me an email somewhere, I can just email you the flyer.
Okay.
Or you can go to my website, or not mine, but MNA's website, and the information will be there as well.
All right.
However you prefer.
I just put my email in the chat. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Delegate.
Thank you.
Bye.
Anybody
All right.
else? Oh, Regina, you had something you wanted to add before Miss Delegate?
No, that was what I wanted to say, because I noticed that she did say twice District 25. So, and you know, but I get it. I look at the date is March 25th, and you get that in your head. So
No, I'm gonna
just
tell
wanted
you
to
why
clarify.
that's in my head, because my suite mate is District 25 and they're all like 25, 25. So it's in my head all the time. They're always 25, 25. So yeah, my
Okay.
mistake. I'm sorry.
But I knew what you meant because I didn't even hear it.
Right.
That's so weird.
Neither did I. So yep.
All right.
Yep.
We don't want to keep her because I know she has to go, and I promised I get her out.
Yeah, I
Did you have
appreciate you
anything
guys.
else?
I'll come back to another meeting So, you can ask me questions about what we're doing, what's going on, and
Okay,
okay.
that's you. And I'll email you about that too.
Okay, that's cool. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All righty. So back to what we were normally do. Miss
Regular
Regina.
schedule.
Oh yeah,
our
regular, like this
schedule
regular schedule
phoner.
program.
Right.
Exactly. So like I said, Regina Smith is our treasurer, and she's going to give us the treasury report.
Oh, I love the way you sing song that. So here is the treasury report for the period of January 1st through February 29th. We started off with a beginning bank balance of $878.16. We had one withdrawal, which was the quarterly PO box rental fee of $85. It did increase by $2. And that leaves us with an ending balance at the end of February of $793.16. If there are any questions, please ask them now.
Or forever hold your peace. Well, just kidding. Okay. All righty, moving on. Back to the agenda. What I wanted to, okay, so we had Mr. 20 Capital, okay. And we want to talk about our MNA block party. It'll be number 3 this year. And we are looking for volunteers. If you're interested, the place is to be determined, but we would really like to get started discussing all of that, all the details, everything that it takes to put this event together. So if we have any volunteers, please put it in the chat, or you can hit us up on the website, because we have a place for you to check a box, and we'll contact you about the next meeting. I know it says the 15th, but I only had one bite. So I'm gonna try to reschedule that and put it out, because I did it at the last minute and I didn't promote it properly. So I'm gonna do that first, and then give another date so that we can get together and it makes sense for everybody. Anybody have any questions about my block party and me needing volunteers? MNA block party, sorry.
I have a question because there was no time on the flyer, so I had no idea if it was something that I could even make. So do you have a time,
It's
day?
Yes, if we could get people, it would be my usual 6:30, because I don't want to hold nobody.
Okay.
Give you time to get home and make that
Okay.
after work cocktail and join the meeting. I don't know. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so you won't have anything fun to do outside. So you could just join our meeting.
So and then I would say that Fridays are not probably the best days. That's just a suggestion.
No. I am open to whatever, because this is obviously going to change to whatever. I'm begging for people, so I'm not picky. So it just, if it's a Tuesday or Wednesday, those are my work days. So coming back, I wouldn't be available until after 7.
So Thursday is your preferred evening.
Yeah. Just me. Now Mondays work, but I know everybody ain't, because I don't go in on Mondays. So I'm good Monday.
Okay, so the ask is for people to send their information to the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance at gmail.com.
Yes.
Or to contact via the web page.
Yes.
Or contact us via the chat this evening.
Right. If you're interested and you're going to do it, just let me know right now. So that would be Andrea, Bettina, and I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Bettina. And Dean.
There's still a M. Morgan and a Tracy Burns in here as well.
Oh, I only see 4. It only lets me see 4 at a time. Okay. I got more people. Yay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for coming. So any questions about block party that I can answer right now? Okay.
This was the the third one the same as what was at the pool last year?
We're debating. Yeah, it's to be determined this year.
It
Okay.
is the same event that we did have.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry to answer that question. Absolutely. It's the same event.
And we're
Okay.
looking at having it on August the 10th.
Right.
So we're trying to
Okay.
plan well in advance and get ahead of this than, trying to rush and get things done, especially during the summer months when everybody's already busy.
Right. Okay.
Alexis, what exactly do you need help with?
Regina, because you know what I'm going to say. Can you be
And I'm gonna
particular?
say the same thing. It's everything. It's the entire planning.
Oh,
We're
well,
looking
I'm
for
not good at
ideas.
everything, but I am good at something.
Okay, well, bring your skills onto the table and we will definitely capitalize on whatever those skills might be it making flyers, be it at the marketing part, be it contacting vendors, contacting businesses,
Right.
looking for venues, coming up with ideas of what we can do differently to make it bigger and better. All of those things are on the table at this point in
Yep.
time. All we have is a date.
Yep.
That's the only thing right now is relatively firm because we can adjust that as well.
Right.
Thank you for that question.
Yes. For sure. Anybody else? Let's see. Okay. Just write down. Okay. So, all right. So yeah, so the date's still open. If I get some interest and I can start a meeting, but before it was just me. All right. Ooh, that's big. Take that down. All right. So starting the year off right, we're supposed to have our cleanup days. And here are the dates for those. It is the third Saturday, correct, Regina?
Yes,
Oh,
it
it's
is the
fourth
third
Saturday.
Saturday. And
Okay.
for those that might be new to the meeting, the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance has adopted a portion of Heathermore Boulevard,
Yes.
which is pretty much from the church down to the apartments. And the third Saturday of the month, we actually go out and pick up the trash to clean up the neighborhood to make it more presentable. I wish there was some way that we could put up signs to say that our community is not a trash can. So please do not throw your trash out of your window.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that would be very nice. But the third
Or have a
Saturday,
little zapper that would zap them as they're throwing it out their window.
so it's the third Saturday of the month, starting in April and going all the way to October.
Yes.
And you have it bolded there that we meet at 9 a.m. at the corner of Heathermore Boulevard and Marlton Center Drive,
Yes.
which is across the street from the apartments and that little park with the gazebo.
Right. Right in the front. We do supply the trash bags, the safety vests, and the pickers. From Paul Curlin, which is the VP. He works for Public Works, and he will provide that.
Community
we-
service.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of what I was supposed to say. Yes, next. Community service for teenagers that need to get their hours in. Please come because it goes by real quick. You won't be there more than an hour. I promise. No, all day. And we're early enough before the sun comes out and bakes you. So, please volunteer for that once a month. It's just once a month.
And the school year's coming to a close. So those seniors out there,
That's
if
right.
you don't have your hours, you might want to try to come out on the 20th.
Yep.
And get some hours.
And get it started. I'll have my my Layla out there. Yes, I will. Get these community hours over with. Nice and early. Anybody have any questions about cleanup? Marlton Day cleanups? No hands, no nothing. Okay. Self-explanatory. Good. Moving on.
Sorry,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
question. Does, in general, I have a question about that, but in general, does the Greens of Marlton, is that included as part of the Marlton, Homeowners Alliance?
Regina,
sorry.
did you?
I
What's that?
didn't get all of that. Could you speak more clearly into the phone? Because we can
Yeah,
hear.
one second.
There we go.
Give me one second. I'll put my headset on.
Okay.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Okay. Yeah, my question was, I live in the Greens of Marlton, and I was wondering, is that a part of the Marlton Alliance?
Yes, it is a part of us. But you're just way over in the bag in the cut.
Yeah, so are any of the cleanup events planned for that portion of Marlton, the Greens?
Yes, because the part that we're talking about, I was gonna say it doesn't have an HOA. It does, but I don't know. It just that particular street is, it's like a front street, right? It's where company sees us. So we want to make sure that it stays nice and clean and represents who we actually are. Now, in the Greens of Marlton, I think, Bettina, you're in there too as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Do you guys have, because you have an HOA, so I don't know if you guys, do your own thing, because we don't like stepping on toes. So we kind of like stay outside of, we adopted Heathermore. So you'll see our sign up there that we adopted Heathermore.
Is that like
So-
adopt a road thing?
Yes.
Maryland?
Yes.
Okay.
So we adopted that one, so that's
That's
the
our
area.
primary one.
Yeah.
However, we have always said that if you can identify an area where you need our assistance, that we will add your street to our list and add it to the rotation. So
Right.
if it's on county property, so to speak, or
It has to have sidewalks.
yes, then it's something that we can do. If it's on common area property managed by a homeowner association, we cannot support that.
Okay.
So I guess
Right.
that's the question. So if you can email us with the address, we can look into that for you.
Right.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions about our Spruce Up Marlton days? Okay, cool. Moving right along. I'm gonna beg again. I need a secretary. I need a secretary that can take notes and send out emails that I forget to do. And just details that's already on here. I don't think we have any state forms because there's nothing we can do there. I don't know why that's on it. But anyway, and it's funny, I just read that. Just our files that we have. I mean, I have them all, but that's not a thing. We just more emails and keeping me on track with all the stuff that I need to do because there's a lot of updating social media and the website that we need help with. If anybody is fantastic with or know anybody as fantastic as that, we can get community hours for that as well. Updating the website and updating our social medias that drives me nuts. But anyway, if anybody, mostly if you're interested in being a secretary, please reach out. We love that. My daughter is in grad school and she helps me, but she's not available as much as she used to be. So I need to get that replaced or have somebody help us out. Anybody got any questions about that?
I
Okay.
am putting our email address in the chat if anyone just wants to grab it to communicate with us about any of the topics that we've discussed this evening.
It's not on, thank you, Regina, and it's not on the list, but Paul Curling works for Public Works. And what that is, it's, the street lights, humps, sidewalks, all that kind of stuff. If anyone has any question about that, he's doing double duty because he has another community meeting that he's doing on Zoom. But if you guys have any questions, raise your hands about anything that we've done. We've done quite a bit since we started our organization. So we've done the speed humps on Grand Haven. We've done the sidewalks. Oh, okay, there we go. Go ahead, Miss Bettina.
I have a question. I don't know if it's the HOA or the county, who like repairs sidewalks?
If
Uh,
go ahead,
yeah,
Danny.
our department was in charge of investigating the need for the repair of sidewalks. So if you do see any sidewalks that need any kind of repair due to just age or tree roots that have uprooted any sidewalks,
Uh-huh.
just contact 311. It may take them some time because there's many uh neighborhoods in the surrounding area that they're trying to do repair now in regards to the uprooting of sidewalks due to trees. So just put
Yeah,
in
it's
through on
horrible
request.
on Grand Haven. I'm not gonna fall down again. I'm gonna pay attention and not be on my phone when I'm walking the dog.
Yeah, you definitely have
It's
to be
been like
careful because it could be
well,
a lawsuit and we could be liable for some things like that. So it depends. But yeah, if you do see any sidewalk that needs repair, put in a 311 request and I'll have it sent to well, I have it my team take a expedited to take a look at it so it can get repaired.
when you do that, do they need an address or just the street?
You definitely need an address because if it's a long street, like let's say Fairhaven, they're not gonna drive up and down looking for, where the problem is. So just give them the closest address
Uh-huh.
where the sidewalk issue is, and they'll go take a
Uh-huh.
look at it.
It's like pretty much almost the whole street in
Okay.
patches where it's uneven enough that you have to really watch where you're going and step up.
Right. So okay. So in a case like that, all you would have to do is say in front of, let's say, uh 2500 Fairhaven, between 2500 Fairhaven and 2300 Fairhaven. So just give them a reference of where uh all the issues are.
Okay, thanks. Is that the same for the lights, the street
Lights,
lamps?
yeah, lights also you could put in a 311 request for that too.
Okay.
Our street light section will have to come out and do an assessment,
Uh-huh.
see if there's any existing lights in the area. If there's none at all, then they'll have to put in a request for funding also to install streetlights along the segment of roadway. They wouldn't put in just one light. So if there's no lights on the roadway, then they'll have to do a whole project and put down a list of roadways that are in need of streetlights.
The street lights are there, but they turn off a lot. I don't know what that's about. That's a solar thing, or they
You
just
mean, what do you
light
mean they turn off a
bulbs need
lot?
to be like they'll come on, but then they go off at night. So I
Okay.
let the dog out. Oh, it's really dark because, just random street lights will be out.
Okay, so once the county installs the streetlights, the maintenance is handled by the utility company, whether it be Pepco or BG&E. So you
Oh,
call whichever utility company and just let them know, inform them that the streetlights are not operating properly.
uh-huh.
Also, again, you'll have to let them know exactly which post. So if it's in front of a house, just give them
Hmm.
the street address.
Hmm.
And if possible, if you could, some of them have identified by numbers. So if you can also get the numbers off of there, that'll probably be a lot, just as helpful, if not more, when you report it to the electric company.
What numbers?
A lot of streetlights have identification numbers on the poles. So not saying that you have to do it to report it, but it'll probably be easier, or it probably the repair of the lights will probably go faster if you're able to get that number off the pole.
Can I just add in here, not to interrupt, but if you go on the Pepco's website, if it's Pepco,
Hmm.
I'm sure it's Pepco. If
Hmm.
you go on Pepco's website and type in like lights out or something, it'll
Hmm.
give you a map. You put your address in, it'll give you a map and it'll tell you what number it is.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll give you the number. You just have to
Thanks.
put your address in there. Sorry,
Thank
go ahead,
you.
Paul.
No, you had it correct. Yeah, if you go on the website, it'll be a lot easier. The website is very user friendly, so you'll be able to identify which light poles are out or give trouble.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I wanted to follow up. Are we on schedule for them to come back and finish the sidewalk repair on the other side of Woodstock Drive?
I will have to check with our department in regards to that. the sidewalks that were repaired last year, our director caught wind of that issue when somebody had put in a request to have the sidewalks done and they were never completed. So I think somebody complained about it. So he had that expedited, but unfortunately, the opposite side was not reported. Although it hasn't been, I did let them know that it also needs to be repaired. So it's also been placed on a list of list of other sidewalks that need to be repaired. When it's gonna happen, I'm not too sure. I'd have to ask my guy over there to see where on the list it is.
Okay, and on another note, they installed lights on North Marlton Drive. Was that you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so I noticed that they put in one every other side of the street. They're alternating, but on the entrance of Marlton, there are two lights to come in. So when you're actually coming into the community, the light to your right is not on. So that makes that corner pretty dark. Is there any way that they could repair that light or get it turned on?
You talking about the gazebo?
Yeah, by the gazebo, but not the ones on the brick wall.
Uh-huh.
It's a pole light that's directly opposite the other pole light that's lit
Closer
as
to
you're coming
301?
out of. I'm sorry.
The one closer to 301?
Yeah, both of them are the closest one to 301.
I'd have to check to make sure if that's ours to maintain or if it's the state's. I'm not too sure.
Well, when they repaired the lights, the opposite one was repaired and it works now.
Okay.
They installed it and they repaired it. And the one that I'm talking about, they actually did some kind of digging up around it and it was on for like maybe a couple of days. And then it's been out ever since.
Okay. I'll have somebody take a look at that.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions for Public Works?
I have another question, but it's probably not in your purview because I know you mentioned to go to 311. The county, in their great wisdom, decided to hand out all of these compost containers. And there's a lot of people that aren't using them and don't want them. Is there any way to do a bulk collection pickup of those that you might be aware of?
If you don't want the bins, the only thing I can recommend is it's called the Department of Environment, since they're the ones that are in charge or initiated this whole distribution of those bins. I don't know if they'll come pick it up. I couldn't even answer that, but since they're the ones that were in charge of that, I would contact that office to see if they have anybody that would come pick them up.
Lorraine?
By the way, you can use those bins for your yard waste if you don't want to do composting. Like I'm not composting for my kitchen because it's too much of a pain in the rear end to try to do all that. But you can use those bins for yard waste, which is what we do. We use it for yard waste.
Will they pick it up?
Yes, they pick it up. They take because the same day they take the yard waste and everything, and it actually says in the information for those bins that you can use you put yard waste in it too.
Your sound went out, Lorraine.
You're right. Yeah, you're not. We can't hear you. She doesn't even see. We can't hear you, Lorraine. Hello. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You're not on mute, but we can't hear you.
My computer's messing up.
There you go.
Now there you go. Now we can hear you.
I just had to install Zoom, so my computer's messing up and keeps switching my speaker back and forth. Usually a program like this is set like it's usually part of a broader like agenda, and they have to have a certain number of people buy into it. So when they started it and it was an opt-in, they didn't have enough people buying into it, so then they just make it mandatory for everybody, and that way they get to their numbers that they have to have. So you probably can't turn these cans back in. Instead,
Actually,
I would just use it for yard waste.
Yeah, actually you can. And since my lawn is taken care of by my HOA, I don't have any yard waste. But I did call 311 and they said that they would pick it up, but I needed to leave it outside on Monday and Tuesday because they didn't know which day they would come through. And I totally forgot. but I'm driving through my community and we're not allowed to have garbage cans or any kind of thing in our front yards. And I'm looking at all these green cans in everyone's front yard, and no one is putting them out on the curb on Mondays. So, you know, there's 80 townhomes over here. So I just wanted to know if there's some way that I can just send a blast out to the community, say, hey, they're going to come and pick these up on this day. Let's collect them all by this mailbox or this parking space so they can just come and get them. Otherwise, when the dumpster comes here in April, I'm going to advise them to put them in a dumpster, which is a waste of my tax-paying dollars.
Well, tell us how you really feel. Okay. Anybody else? Anything for Public Works? Okay. All right, that takes care of that. Okay, so we're down to questions. Anybody? We got a lot of time. And I can give it back to you, or we can chat. So anybody have any questions related to anything we've discussed or anything new that you want to bring up that you have a question about?
Yeah. Is it Public Works for the people who border the golf course and the grass gets really tall and there's a lot of animals? Is that Public Works or somebody else?
That's a good one. Paul?
I think you'd actually have to contact DPI, since that's private property and they're not maintaining it. The
Uh-huh.
Department of Permits, Inspection, and Enforcement will have to contact the owner and cite them or warn them that they need to maintain the grass, or if they don't, then the county will have to go out and cut the common areas of the golf course, and then they will charge the owner for
Yeah, and the owner went bankrupt, so I'm not sure who owns it now or what's going on. I'm not really clear what's going on with it. But
Yeah, go
they-
ahead, Lorraine. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, there's a whole mess going on with that because there is a gentleman who has supposedly bought the place, but they haven't registered the deeds yet. It's all kinds of craziness going on. We're not 100% sure what the deal is.
Just tell her who we got an email.
Supposedly we did push this in the newsletter.
We did.
Supposedly there is email for Mr. Van Jones. He is supposedly the contact that we are supposed to use. So like basically if you have a problem with the golf course property behind your property, you would email him and say, hey, I live at this address. The property behind me needs to get mowed, or it needs this, or there's a nuisance or something. Yeah, and then so that's it's going to be further up, Alexis. So that's what we've been told. Is at the bottom right there, golf course notes, right there.
Yeah.
We've been told to tell everybody to email Van Jones with their issues. Now that said, if you want to just call 311 or DPI and report them, that's fine too. Because honestly, there is so much mess going on with this whole situation that it's been interesting trying to figure out who to deal with and what to do.
Right. I dropped the email for Van Jones in the chat. If you live where your property backs up to the golf course, there's the email to complain to. Dean, you had your hand up for a while. I apologize.
Yeah,
Right ahead.
yeah, in fact, I was going to ask a question about the golf course. I didn't know if it was going to be discussed tonight about, I got some information about the commercialization of that golf course. They're supposed to be doing some type of, I don't
Sorry,
know.
Mr. Dean, I couldn't hear that again. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I saw someone emailed me some information where it says the golf course was supposed to be, I guess Van Jones, or he's the owner or the manager of it, that there's supposed to be, or some plans to convert the golf course to more commercial type of entity. Yeah.
Oh,
and
no.
I didn't know if anyone had heard anything about that.
Okay, so what kind of commercial are you talking about? Are you talking about the where they were talking about putting in hotels and all that kind of crazy?
Yeah, let me see if I can find the email.
Yeah, that's part of this whole mess.
That's not happening.
That's not going to happen because they're not going to be able to do that.
It's not
But
zoned.
the current gentleman who owned it, or who has supposedly bought it, who they haven't actually registered the deed yet, so it's kind of in this influx situation where everybody says it's been purchased, but the paperwork isn't actually filed yet. That gentleman has basically ripped off a bunch of Silk's plans, and he's going with the whole throw things against the wall and see what sticks. He seems to be kind of set on the idea of having some kind of like country club nightlife thing, but I don't think it'll happen.
No.
He's broke. He doesn't have any money. He's been playing games for months. Van Jones was one of the original partners. It's just
Right.
an ongoing circus, and they have to have a public hearing. And I don't know how that land, whether it's zoned commercial because it was a golf course, but yeah, they've been blowing smoke for years, or saying, oh, we're going to build townhouses, but you haven't even submitted the plan to the county, because there have to
Right.
be a public hearing for the public to zone in on these things. And if there's an
Exactly.
overwhelming no, then they can't do it.
Right.
Yeah,
So, and
the
I also
townhouse
found out that
project is separate.
Yeah, that's separate.
The
Uh,
We'll
townhouse
talk to those
project,
owners.
yeah, the townhouse project may not even be townhouses at this point because he got somebody else to be an investor to help him with that. And they're at the point where they don't even know what the heck is going on.
Okay.
They haven't
Oh.
even really started anything. They're like, they have no idea where those townhouse plans came from. That's not them. They may even be doing single family homes. They have no idea yet. So basically this gentleman who bought everything, it's been a lot of bravado and talk,
Yeah, we
and
haven't seen anything.
not a lot of action.
Mm-hmm.
well, land purchases are public records. So if there's no public record of the sale
Right.
of the purchase, then it didn't happen.
There is a record of the sale of the land where the townhomes were said to be, and it is
Mhm.
going to his entity. He's got an entity that he registered out of Wyoming that bought that. And then there is also a record of his Wyoming entity transferring it over to the new entity that where he entered into a partnership with the investor. So that there is records for. The golf course, there's a record of Pleasance. There's this whole thing where when Pleasance sold the golf course to the four guys, he sold it on this weird type of deed where they didn't actually have to pay him until they had the money to pay him. And so there's records in the county land records that just got filed like a couple of months back that show that Pleasance transferred his ownership stake in the whatever debt was owed him from whatever entity it was to his family trust, because that entity that they supposedly owed no longer exists. So there is record of Pleasance getting ready to accept the money. But there's no record in the land records yet of the deal actually happening. But I've spoken to Pleasance. I've spoken to the new owner, Mr. Guillon. I've spoken to 3 of the 4 guys. They all say that money has indeed changed hands, and that at this point, it's just some legal issues that need to get cleared up in order for them to go ahead and file the records. So, but like I said, the records haven't been filed yet, so it's kind of this legal limbo area. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with it anymore. I guess at this point we have to wait and see.
Okay. All right. So I guess we wrap that piece up, right? Anybody have any more questions about that, or we're gonna keep talking about it? Okay. All right. That's all I got. We're at the end here. Unless anybody else has anything else, we're gonna go ahead and drop and give you back 10 whole minutes of your life. See, can't say I ever gave you. Okay, somebody got a question. Go ahead, Morgan. Morgan.
Hi, sorry for all the other hand gestures. I couldn't get to my microphone. I had to go to settings and then it dropped me off, and so it's been a lot of drama, but I'm back.
Okay.
As far as the property, the units by the Safeway on that strip, are there any businesses that are planning to open over in that area? I know there's a Chipotle like across the street that they're working on, that former Pizza Hut, but as far as like where the nail shop and the PetSmart or Petco or whatever it's called, and Safeway and over there, are there any more businesses planning to come?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't heard about anything new. I mean, it's been taking forever to get to Chipotle. So yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't, no. But trust and believe, anytime anything new comes out, we'll be right on top of that. For
And what
sure.
about the Bojangles? Any word about the Bojangles? Nothing?
I
Okay.
have no idea what they're gonna do with that property.
Yeah,
Well,
all
yeah.
of
No,
the
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
some
the
other-
only.
closing.
Say it again.
All of the Bojangles in Maryland are closing, so I was curious as to what are they going to put in that spot.
Yeah, we don't know. There's no plan for it yet. Yeah, there's no plan for it. Before we get off here, I want to make sure that I say that our next quarterly meeting is going to be June 13th. That's on a Thursday. So just in case you're in town, you can join our community meeting.
You don't
June
have to be
13th.
in town since we do it on Zoom. You can be on the beach. We would love to hear from you. You
That'd
can
be
actually
so
show us
cool.
the background and all of
That'd
that
be
good stuff.
lovely. Yep. That's the admission of fee or fee admission. Fee of
Does the
admission.
link stay the same from meeting to meeting?
No, I changed it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I changed this one up. Just to keep it safe. Zoom won't let you. Unless it's the personal one. And I don't know the personal. All right, so we got it all in. Okay, we'll give you 8 minutes back. Anybody else got anything? Going once, going twice, 3 times a lady. All right, y'all. Enjoy your weekend. See you next time. Bye. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to say that. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.